How's it going? It is Tuesday, November the 1st. Few more days before election, which is going to be November 8th. Be interesting to see certain key elements in how they play out. But we're not going to be talking about the elections. We're not going to really talk about politics. We're kind of going to talk about politics, but not really politics. But we're going to be talking about culture and how a person is no longer with us because of a certain culture that is brewing. And that's going to be about Takeoff, the Atlanta rap trio Migos, shot dead at 28. At 28, he was shot dead. That's right. It's kind of young. Wasn't too long ago I was 28. Rapper was killed in a shooting at a bowling alley in Houston overnight. The rapper known as Takeoff, a subtle vocal technician and one-third of the chart-topping group Migos, whose sing-song flow helped define Atlanta's ever-evolving influential rap sound, was shot and killed overnight outside of a Houston bowling alley. The authorities said he was 28. 28. He was about 3 years over the limit to run for Congress. I think you have to be 35 actually to be president. But either way, that is really young. 2 years prior to being 30. Chief Troy Finner of Houston Police Department confirmed that the rapper's death at a news conference on Tuesday afternoon. A 24-year-old woman and a 23-year-old woman, not man. Let me rephrase that. News conference Tuesday, a 24-year-old woman and a 35-year-old man were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injury, the police said. Police said that the shooting occurred after a private party had ended at the 810 Billiards and Bowling as a large group of about 40 people gathered near the front door of the third level. An argument ensued and shots were fired. They say leading to many people fleeing. We have no reasons to believe that he was involved in anything criminal at the time, Chief Finner said to Takeoff. I can't read. No suspects have been arrested. The authorities said that they were requesting that any witness who left the scene come forward with additional information. Sometimes the hip-hop community gets a bad name, Chief Finner said. I'm calling on everybody, our hip-hop artists in Houston and around the nation. We got to police ourselves. There's so many talented individuals, men and women in the community who, again, I love and respect, and we all need to stand together to make sure no one tears down that industry. It was Takeoff's childhood obsession with the southern hip-hop that first inspired the Migos as young teenagers in Atlanta suburbs of Gwinnett County on the way of becoming one of the biggest rap acts in the last decade, known for his hits like Baskar and the Bad and Bonji. I have no clue if I'm saying those names. Even as the Dodge celebrity and maintained almost no public profile, Takeoff became a connoisseur fan favorite of the trio and was credited with initiating the stuttering triple delivery that came to infiltrate hip-hop as trickled into the pop sphere. Drew Fining, a lawyer for Takeoff and confidant to many rap stars, called the news of his death devastating loss, particularly for Atlanta. When you're around Takeoff, there's a sense of peacefulness about his aura. Mr. Fining said, he listens to you, he looks at you. He's more focused on what you have to say than what he has to say. The world was starting to learn about Takeoff, and it was his time to shine. We were becoming international rap superstars and ushering in a new period of dominance of Atlanta music streaming era. Migos also included rappers Offset and Quavo, was founding as a family bedroom arc northeast of the city. In the area that Migos came from is branded as North Side. let's see, there's really nothing more into the story other than going into the history, which I get. I mean, it's more of a memorial piece of remembrance of the good that he's done or the bad he's done. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the fact that as another black person, the age of 28, killed in senseless gun violence. Some would say to blame the gun, but it's not the gun that shot him. It was the person behind the gun that shot him. And it's that culture behind the gun that got him killed, which we need to talk about. And that's where it becomes political. I mean, some could say, as a white person, white male in his early 40s, I have no position to speak on this matter. But the simple fact is, I don't know who killed him. It could be black and black. It could be white and black. It could be Hispanic on black. I don't know. But there's this culture around a certain hood community that doesn't really strive to be anything more than the criminal element and will bring anybody and everybody down that it can with it that we need to discuss. We need to more or less promote getting rid of the hood mentality and start promoting a lifestyle that benefits everybody. Now, there's this one person I follow, well, not really follow, but one person who everybody knows, of Brandon Tatum, says this takeoff murder is sad, just like all the other black men murdered by other black men all over our country. I tell successful black me all the time, get out of the hood and stay away from ignorant black people who have nothing to lose. I'm not going to say that word. You can read the word. I'm not going to say it because it sounds too close like the other word. But this is what he's preaching is stay away from ignorant people. Stay away from the trash. And I get it, it's kind of hard. You have homies back in the hood who you like, you grew up with. They're your ride or died homies. But sometimes you have to cut them loose for your own safety. Now, it's sad that you have to cut them loose for your own safety, and that's the issue that I see with a lot of people. And keep in mind, the hood mentality is not really directed at the black community because there's a white community of hoodlums just as worse, if not worse, than black hoodlums. There's also Hispanic hoodlums. There's Asian hoodlums. So there's no monopoly of hoodlums out there. But it's all derived from the rap culture or the gangster rap culture of error. And we need to really address that and actually promote a different lifestyle that benefits everybody. We need to promote people getting away from that type of violence and also improve the hood and turn it into a neighborhood for everybody in there to live safely, not just leave the hood, change the hood, make it a better place for all your other fellow homies. But that's going to take a lot of work. That's going to take a lot of education. It's going to take a lot of hard sweat and determinations from people within that community to rebuild that community to make it safe. And that's to drive out the criminal element, for one. And the other is to do a neighborhood watch. Also get involved with law enforcement. Now, when I say get involved with law enforcement, I'm not saying go to the police academy and put on the badge and all that good jazz. That is actually go to the police station, go talk to your police chief, asking what can we do to make our neighborhood safe? How can we foster better relations with the police and actually start building trust between law enforcement and your community? I think if you do that, and as long as that the police are being receptive and actually build that trusting relationship, we could get rid of the hood mentality and get rid of hoodlums. Well, you're not going to get rid of hoodlums. You're going to dramatically reduce their influence, and you're going to make a safer community for everybody to where you can have your super rap stars go down to a bowling alley and not have to worry about getting shot up because the community is going to be policing itself. It's going to make sure everybody's safe and have a good old time. I don't know. That's just my comments on it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you kind of agree with me? Do you have more to add to this? Or am I completely wrong and I should just stay in my lane? Let me know. Leave a comment down below, and if you want to, you can smash the like and subscribe button on any all platforms, or just the platform that you're currently watching. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, and evening.